And here we go for part three of the Arends translation Attrition, or ATA, the articles from German newspapers translated by William Arends for August 1917. Translator's note: here's an article from Berlin's latest news that give a background to the feelings of the peace proposal. It is an open telegram in which Hindenburg is making the case to continue the war and is printed in bold type. Berlin's latest news, Wednesday, 22nd of August, 1917, morning edition. A telegram from Hindenburg. Nothing proves the effectiveness of our U-boat warfare more than the costly tenacity with which the English and French continue their embattled attempts to militarily defeat the enemy on the Western Front this year. With the greatest deployment of material and men, the English, with even more careful preparation, intended for the second time in a short period to invade our Flemish coast and destroy the U-boat bases. Both times, the mighty combined assault failed with heavy losses. Despite the most ruthless deployment of men, the enemy did not advance beyond the crater in front of the positions. For the same reasons as in Flanders, the French onslaught began on a large scale at Verdun yesterday, August 20th. Our artillery counteraction here significantly delayed the beginning of the enemy attacks. The infantry demonstrated its outstanding offensive power with successful counterattacks in the midst of the artillery battle. Here, too, the French succeeded, only to take possession of individual, insignificant sections of the crater field at the cost of enormous losses. These successes were achieved through the unsurpassed conduct of our brave troops and their superior leadership. Even the enemy's secondary attacks at Lens, on the Aisne, and in Western Champagne, due to our army's more advanced, mobile fighting style, brought the enemy no gain, despite its mass deployment. We can look forward with full confidence to the development of further fighting on the Western Front, which may bring small local successes to the enemy's superior numbers, but on the whole will not have a negative impact on our thoroughly favorable military position. In the East, our troops gained new victories, both when in the defense and on the attack. Mass enemy attacks collapsed everywhere, resulting in heavy losses. Our own attack overran the enemy positions and in a swift victory overthrew a large part of the Russian army. Vast territories belonging to our loyal ally were recaptured. Once again, the army demonstrated what strength of will and the will to win can achieve, even against vastly superior enemies. While on the battlefields against superior enemy numbers, increased performance and the sacrifice of life and blood were required, we must not forget what is also performed daily and hourly on quiet fronts. Nerve-straining vigilance and increased work performance in extended positions demand the most faithful fulfillment of duty from a large portion of our army there as well. Already in the fourth year of the war, we will willingly and gladly endure all the renunciations and deprivations of our native way of life, and with a firm will to win, will perform heroic deeds everywhere. In the Balkans and Asia, German troops fight side by side with our loyal Bulgarian and Ottoman allies. Far from home, they also keep the same staunch watch. A look at all fronts shows that at the beginning of the fourth year of the war, we are in a more favorable military position than ever before. Translator's note: this is just the first few paragraphs of this long telegram from Hindenburg. The field marshal goes on to summarize the war up to this date and then refer to the peace proposal of the Pope and the political reaction to it. He actually expresses some sympathy with the Pope's desire for peace, but is not in agreement with the German politicians such as Erzberger and the political parties such as the Catholic Center Party and the Social Democrats, who would choose a peace compromise over a complete German victory on the battlefield fronts and the seas. And that's the end of all three parts for the ATA for August 1917. Want to yet again thank William Arends, and just a little bit, I guess, of an editorial note, if you want to pop it in there. I do find it interesting because we've been seeing so much of this going on with the attacks of Verdun and up in Lens and whatnot near. They even talk about Langemark being taken. Even the Germans mention it, and it's just neat to see the difference like who's right and who's wrong. Well, I guess we know because we can just actually go and look at the history, the proper history, and not take a look at whatever, which I find really fascinating. As well as it was neat to also see with them talking about the craters and whatnot, and fighting over craters. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, the devastated landscape and just how much perspective has changed and everything, and it's just amazing. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this, and more to follow, I hope. All right, thanks a lot.